If you've ever wondered how to take your print-on-demand business to the next level, keep watching. There's a tool out there that is a must-have in any successful print-on-demand entrepreneur's toolbox. If you're serious about scaling your print-on-demand business, then you know how crucial it is to stay ahead of the competition and make data-driven decisions. That's where the subject of today's discussion comes in. This all-in-one platform is designed to provide you with the insights you need to optimize your listings, discover high-performing keywords, stay on top of emerging trends, and ultimately boost your sales. I'm talking about, of course, eRank. So if you're ready to unlock the full potential of your POD business, do yourself a favor and settle in for a deep dive into all things eRank. With me today to discuss how eRank's benefits and features can level up your online business is Pam Duffy, eRank ambassador and successful Etsy seller. Pam, thanks for taking the time today to join us. Are you excited?
Hey, Martin. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to share everything about eRank with your members.
Excellently. I'm excited too because eRank is my go-to keyword research tool. But what can our folks out there that are watching expect from our discussion today?
Hopefully, I'm going to instill some of the excitement that I feel for eRank, show you what some of the tools are, and a deep dive into how to use the tools to look at emerging trends and perhaps even build some of your Etsy listings.
Well, that sounds pretty great. But before we get into that, let's learn about you. Pam, tell us a little bit about yourself and then how you got into this business.
Yeah, well, I actually started on Etsy in 2008, so I'll cover the quick elephant in the room there. No one I'd heard of had ever said the word Etsy, which is why I say it wrong. But I was selling okay for a few years, and then everything changed on Etsy in 2010, where SEO, keywords, everything became more important, and I didn't know anything about them. So my shop really did badly for several years until I took the time to learn about all of this. And so many people helped me to learn this that I decided to give back to the community. I spent a few years in the Etsy forums helping out people. And then I started teaching people on YouTube. And then a couple of years later, I was invited to work with eRank, a tool that I was already using and teaching people on.
All right, well, it sounds like you know your stuff. Well, let's just start at the beginning, okay? eRank, what is it?
eRank is a tool to help all Etsy sellers, hopefully. At its heart, it's a keyword tool to help you research what actual real Etsy sellers are searching for. But it's so much more. It's evolved over the years. We've got things how to track your competitors. We have tools to check your delivery status of items, look into what's been top selling on Etsy, and it's always evolving based on the feedback we get from other Etsy users.
Okay, well, let's start out and bust some myths here. So what do you say to folks that keyword sites like eRank are outdated or not accurate in terms of the data that they provide?
Yeah, we hear that all the time. There's a couple of things. Firstly, a lot of the data comes directly from Etsy in near enough real time. We use the Etsy API, which allows us to go in and look at certain things like what competition there is for certain keywords on Etsy. But then there's other things like that data for how many people, how many customers are searching for certain keywords. Now, Etsy doesn't give that data to anybody. So what we use is the industry standard method. This is large panels of people who've opted in for their internet data to be used in this way. So we track, well, the companies we use track this kind of data, and then we make sure the panels are large enough to get statistically significant data to interpret what people are doing. Obviously, this isn't absolutely everyone on Etsy. So as we say, this is an estimate of the search volumes. However, it is the industry standard that everybody uses, been using from the times of radio to find out what audience numbers are. And it is definitely up to date. We're getting data and showing you things like what were the top searched keywords yesterday.
So that's how we bridge the information gap between what eRank makes available and then what they keep secret to themselves. So that's why that the data that is available on, say, eRank would differ from other SEO research tools out there, correct?
Absolutely. We can't say what other methods other companies are using, but as everything's an estimate, there will be slight differences there. But hopefully, Anthony, our founder at eRank, spent a good deal of time making sure that we were getting the best data that we possibly can.
Okay, and that's really what it's all about. So let's stay on the topic of Etsy here. Now, eRank is not specifically an Etsy exclusive product, right? What other marketplaces do you guys cover over there?
Yeah, well, through our keyword tool, you can look at Etsy, obviously, but also keywords from Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Google and Google Shopping, Facebook, Pinterest, and Teachers Pay Teachers. And also in our Trend Buzz tool, we have top trending keywords from even more sites.
Okay, now accessing all this data and making data-driven decisions specifically for your business is going to be crucial for anybody. So one way to do that is to connect your store directly to your eRank account. So what are the benefits in doing so?
Yeah, so if you connect your Etsy store to your eRank account, then we're able to go in and provide you much more data to hopefully help you. Now, one myth I want to clear up here is, firstly, eRank isn't going to change your listings in any way. We're just looking at the data, so there's no danger there. And also, if you connect your store, we're not sharing that data with anybody else. That is just your personal data for you. It enables you to be able to see things like search volumes, even your draft listings, what keywords are being used in some instances as well. So we're able to help you with a ton more information personal to you.
Okay, but is it like required that you hook up your store to eRank?
It isn't required at all. We understand that people want to do a little bit of keyword research perhaps before they even open up a shop. They might want to see if their niche is even any good. So you can absolutely use some of the tools to look at some of the data. Obviously, if you haven't connected a shop, we can't give you personal details about your shop, but you can definitely look into keywords and trends and things like that.
Okay, all right, Pam, let's get into it. All right. Let's work from big to small. Can you just give us a general macro view of eRank and then a description of the features and benefits that our audience out there needs to know about?
Yeah, massive question. So the tools are grouped together to help sellers. Starting at the top, we have listing optimization. This has tools such as the listing audit tool, listing help, and the AI listing helper. This is to be able to dig into your listings and hopefully improve them. Then we have competitor research, where you'll see tools such as the top seller, most sales on Etsy. Again, this is for you to be able to look and research your competitors, maybe get some ideas of niches, or if you're in a quiet period, check out your competitors and see if they're also in a quiet period. We have keyword research section. This is the big one as far as I'm concerned. We have the keyword tool, keyword lists, and a rank checker to find out where your listings are ranking in the search. Shop insights, we have tools such as the traffic stats. Fantastic one to find out what keywords are actually working for your shop, even what keywords are working in the ads. Also spotted on Etsy and our delivery status tool are in the shop insights as well. Then we have trends. This is the monthly trends and the trend buzz to find out those top level keywords that are trending, not just on Etsy, but on some of the other sites that I mentioned as well. Under tools, we have our calculators. Are you going to be making a profit with the prices you're using, or what's your return on ad spend? And also the calendar, what things are coming up in the next few months on Etsy, what holidays might be relevant. And our final section here is sites, where you can compare other sites. If you want to find out how is Etsy comparing to, say, a different selling site for artists, you can put in the different sites and see how their search volumes are comparing.
That's pretty cool. Now, and you touched on one thing there that I just want to pull out is competitor research, folks. Anybody out there within the sound of my voice, you need to make competitor research part of your regular workflow. Okay, you need to know what's going on with your competition, what products are being sold, what designs are out there, so that you can take that information, build on it, and make it your own, okay? And you can also identify gaps in the market. If your competition is simply just missed this major opportunity, well, you can insert yourself right in there and take advantage of it. So make competitor research part of your normal workflow. Okay, wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and move on because you guys over there at eRank have a free and a paid version. Okay, can you take us through the difference of the between the two plans?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that eRank has our free, and it's not a free trial or anything. It's a free forever plan. You don't have to add credit card details or anything. But obviously, this is going to be a little limited. It's to get you started out, where you can connect a single shop, compared to if you upgrade to our basic, you can connect up to 5 shops. So as we say on eRank, from small things, big things grow. So the free is your start. You've got 1 shop. You're just maybe wanting to do a small amount of keyword research. I'm gonna say a small amount. In the free plan, you can use the keyword tool for 50 searches a day, which is absolutely tons. There are some limits to the data that you see there. So once you're starting to use up your quotas and things, then it's perhaps time to dive into the basic. And then, as I will be showing you in a minute, the extra data that you see there as well. Another thing, on the free tool, you can't track your competitors. However, with the basic, you can track up to 5 of your competitors at one time.
Oh, that's what's great about eRank, is that especially if you're a beginner, you can just try it out and it's free. And then, like you said, when it makes sense to level up to that paid version, it's there if you need it. Okay, so let's stay in the context of beginners and the free plan. Okay, and Etsy specifically, where does a beginner start? What do they do first, and what features should they focus on right from the start?
So when you start your very first steps with your free tool, I would say the first things you want to do, if it's relevant, if you already have an Etsy shop, connect your Etsy shop straight away. Another thing that I love to do to start with is connect your Google Analytics. Now, this can seem, Google Analytics data is a lot more complicated. And so we've tried to make it a bit easier with eRank. And if you connect that up straight away, then you're starting to gather data right from the get-go, and Etsy puts it, eRank shows it for you in simple terms. And the third thing is we have a tool, Spotted on Etsy. This searches every day to see where you're showing up in the Etsy search for certain keywords. With a free account, you can add 1 keyword into the Spotted on Etsy, and that wakens up our system and tells it that you want us to check how your keywords are ranking. And also, if you've connected up your traffic stats, connected your Google Analytics, then it starts to show you the keywords that customers are finding you for as well. So it's good to get them 3 things started right away. So then as you learn more about eRank, the data's already coming in. Once you've got all that started, I know there's a whole lot of tools there. I would focus first of all on the health check or the listing audit. These are just things that are going to show you the quick fixes that you can make. Maybe the little mistakes. Have you made some silly spelling mistakes in some of your listings? So you can look in at the health check and maybe make those changes when needed. And also the keyword tool. We will be showing this in a minute in time, but this is just to learn what is it that people are searching for. So I see this as the backbone of eRank. So I'll get in there and start using this tool. And also look at our training articles. We've got videos, we've got help files and everything to explain how to get better use out of this tool.
Okay. Well, in the conversations that I have with people that are just starting out, one of the inevitable questions that always comes up is, what niche can I focus on? So what tools are available on eRank for people to explore emerging niches or popular niches that are already a thing out there on Etsy?
We have a load of tools. One thing that I love is we have the top sellers on Etsy yesterday. You can look into the top sellers and pick your relevant categories and see what was selling the most yesterday. This can be cool. A lot of these tools, I like to maybe just look in daily, not do a whole lot of work there, just open it, go, oh, that's the top ones, and move on. And then over time, you can see trends and you can start to see, oh, that's a new one I'd never heard of. So you can dive in and have a look at what they're doing, what's suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And right on your eRank dashboard, you can see trending on Etsy, the keywords from the past week on Etsy. So again, every time I open eRank, I just have a quick look on my dashboard. What's trending? Oh, that's interesting. Put it into the back of my mind to try and remember. And then over time, again, I can see what's trending.
Okay, well then the flip side of that coin is for people out there that already know what kind of niche they want to target, how do they validate it using eRank?
A good way that I like to look at to validate your niche is to use our keyword tool. And there's a few things you can do in this. Just search for the keywords and see how many people are searching for them, and also how seasonal this is. Is this something that people are searching for all year round? Does it have a peak season? Is it increasing in popularity, decreasing in popularity? But you can also look at the tab that says the SERPs, Search Engine Results Page Analysis, and this shows you a breakdown of the top 100 listings that are ranking for that keyword you've thought of in your niche. And you can look and say, how many views are they getting? What average price are they? What category they're in? And you can get a whole idea of, is this really as popular as it seems to be? If those top listings are doing really well, perhaps that is a really good niche.
Okay, all right. Well, I always find it's better to show rather than tell. So Pam, I'm going to ask you to use eRank and create an Etsy listing title with using all 13 tags. Okay, so if you don't mind, take it away.
Okay, so the first thing I want to be doing is I'm looking at my free eRank plan. Let's dive into the tools that we've got here. Now, as I said, from your dashboard, you can see what's trending on Etsy right now. And in the past week in the USA, people have been searching for earrings, gift for dad, wall art, new dad gift, and summer clothing. So you can look at what stands out for you. Now, this is just, nobody's going to rank for these top keywords, but we're just wanting an idea. So out of all of this, what stands out to me, new dad gift sounds definitely interesting. It puts in my mind, there could be a lot of things we could make with something like this. So if I click on this, this is going to take me to the keyword tool to dig into what this is all about. And what you can do, this little button down here is to save the keywords that you find into your keyword lists. On the free tool, I only have one keyword list and I can save 5 keywords, but it's still definitely handy. And we talked about validating if this is a good niche. Now, probably because Father's Day's just happened, this might be due to Father's Day. We're seeing a big spike in people searching for new dad gift right now. But new dads, babies are born all year round, so this might be something that happens through the rest of the year. It's been up and down, this search trend graph in the USA. People are searching for it, but not all year round. But it might be somewhere to start, especially if you're new. We can see this competition column here is telling us there's quite a lot of listings for this. This is why we want to niche down a little bit. And you can even see in the different countries who in the world is searching for this. And it looks like quite a lot of the world. So I like to scroll down to the keyword ideas. And all we're wanting to do is get some ideas for what kind of keywords and what kind of item even could our listing be. So if you just, this gray star next to things, if I click on this, you can see in the ideas, this goes up to 1 of 5, which just means I've saved new dad gift into my keyword list. I love this tool because I used to have tons of notepads and paper writing down keywords everywhere, but I can just save them here. So let's look at everything we've got, expand that out. So just looking at what kind of things could be a new dad gift. Now, in the keyword ideas, we're showing the tags that the top 100 listings ranking for new dad gift is using, and also the keywords that other people are searching for, so we can get tons of ideas. So looking at certain things, you can see the competition. That's the number of listings on Etsy that you would be competing for if you used any of these keywords. So definitely new dad gift. If dad's a golfer, that could be something relevant because you've suddenly lowered your competition. You've suddenly got a lot less people you have to search against. And also dad Christmas gift. Well, that's, if we're saying a Father's Day thing is trending around this time of the year because of Father's Day, if your item could also be a Christmas gift, is that something? But looking at what other things are out there now, could you make a keychain that's a new dad gift? Because the competition looks really good. We're just going to save it so we can look at this in a bit more detail. And this is all I do with the keyword research to start with. I just look at things and save everything that looks interesting. Loving funny gift for dad, even though it's high competition. Funny gift, what can that be? Can be a mug, can be a keychain, can be a t-shirt, can be a card with a meme on it, all sorts of things. But first time dad gift, that's a cute idea. And only 15,000 other sellers in the US are using that tag. So we've saved up a few keywords. Another thing that I love doing with this to get some more ideas, we can go to the tab that says top listings, and that shows you the 100 top listings ranking for the new dad gift. And you might get some different ideas. I like to rank this by, if you click on any of our columns pretty much, if you click on that column, it's going to rank it by whatever that metric was. So I'm looking at the listings with the highest daily views. So these are hopefully the ones that are selling the best. So, hey, I'm seeing a couple of hats here. So maybe a new dad gift, a hat is a popular thing. So I'd maybe say, well, personalized dad hat. Etsy loves personalized things. So I'm getting some ideas for a product, what I can do on it, and getting some ideas for keywords. So once you've been through all of this, got ideas. So I've saved 5 keywords already. You can go straight to view your keyword list that you just created. And this is where you can kind of build a listing or get an idea of how to build your listing as well with this listing building thing. And also you'll see this is it for the free accounts. This is a little cheat code from me. If you wanted to see all the average searches and everything in the keyword tool, you could see that was telling you had to upgrade to see them, or you would have to search for each one of them individually in the keyword tool. But if you save it to a keyword list, then you get to see all of this data, so we can see if we picked some good keywords. So as we saw, like new dad gift is just suddenly trending, but the rest of them, personalized dad hat was also trending. So maybe we're thinking of what kind of item can we make that's going to be good for Father's Day next year. So this is something probably a little late for Father's Day. I'm not entirely sure when it is just now, but I'm assuming these are ranking because of Father's Day. So we've given ourselves some ideas for keywords, and we've also kind of given ourselves an idea for a product. It's going to be a hat for new dads. And then, so if you're wanting to add this listing building here, if you see any of the tags, you're thinking personalized dad hat, that is exactly what I'm going to make. So we hit add, and that puts it up into our listing tags area. So you can add everything that's relevant there. And then once you've got the keywords added, you can then copy and paste that over to any listing. Again, with the title, you just want to, with it, there's loads of different ways to write a title on Etsy. I'm not going to give you advice on the best because everybody's best is different. You have to experiment with things. But what you want to do, what Etsy tells us is important. The keywords that you've decided the most important. So this is personalized dad hat. I would put that at the start of my title because that's what it is. If someone's searching for that, then they want to see that at the start of the title. So you'd say personalized dad hat and look at what are you making? Has it got a funny meme on it? What's the meme? with tags, what we're thinking of with keywords, what can happen is a keyword can be too long to become a tag because we're limited to 20 characters. So when we put them into the listing builder will split them up, but maybe you want to think about and change that up yourself as well. Because what can happen with the algorithm, Etsy is able to understand the different words across all of your tags and match you for other keywords. So imagine someone, instead of searching for a personalized dad hat, had searched for a personalized dad gift. Etsy would look at these two tags that we've got and said, well, that says personalized dad and that's gift. So it's relevant for these things. So it can mix and match these keywords. So if your keyword is too long for a tag, then you can break it up. Personalized funny hat for dad, if that was somehow a keyword that was the best thing in the entire world, but it's too long for tags, just break it into 2 tags and Etsy understands. Now, it can be hard to find all 13 tags. I totally understand that. So what you want to do is find 2, 3, 4 keywords that are really, really relevant and potentially really good for your item. And then after that, your other tags, as I said, because Etsy can mix and match all the words to match you for its other keywords, you can be looking at synonyms like personalized. Oh, could that also be custom? Look at synonyms, look at different people it could be gifted to. If it's a dad hat, could it also be for a granddad or an uncle? So different words like this. And you don't have to add just one word tags. If you were looking for granddad and uncle, they could be a tag. And then first time gift for granddad, first time gift for uncle. The algorithm will understand all of them if your tag is just granddad, uncle. And what I always say, your listings can't sell if they're not listed. So don't worry about getting absolutely perfect. You pick those best, most important keywords for you. So it can be difficult to find the best ones. You're looking at a good mix of people are searching for them. So the average searches. We've got the average clicks. This is where people, when they search for them and see it in search, they actually click on it. So there's a more chance that they're looking to buy. And also that the competition isn't too high that hopefully your listings will show up in search. But it's like a science experiment. You don't know if every single keyword's going to work because every listing and every customer is different. So get your listing listed with the keywords that you found, and then in a few months come back and have a look at what keywords were working for you. There could be combinations of the phrases that you hadn't thought of that are working, and that might help you make your next listing or even tweak that listing.
Also, about those tags. Now, Etsy views different spellings of those words to be different words themselves. So, like if you're selling T-shirts, Etsy looks at them being 2 separate entities if you spell it T-shirt or T-shirt, all one word, or TEE, something like that. So mixing some of those in as well is going to do you some good, because it's all based on how people search using the Etsy search algorithm. Okay, so do yourself a favor and mix some of that stuff in as well. But one thing I think that is important to cover is, speaking of the Etsy algorithm, is exactly how it works in the way it aggregates its searches. Okay, so I want to cover exact matching versus broad matching. Can you take us through how Etsy does that?
Absolutely, yeah. So exact match is when the customer types in the phrase that they're searching for into the search bar. Imagine the customer had typed in personalized dad hat. Then an exact match would be a listing that had as its title, somewhere in its title, that entire phrase, personalized dad hat. And it perhaps had a tag that also says personalized dad hat. Those would be an exact match. Now, Etsy does tell us exactly matching what the customer's searching for can rank you slightly higher for that in that search. How much, if you're getting loads of sales and things, it's maybe more important, but Etsy does tell us this. However, if your item's title said personalized dad gift, hat for granddad or something, then this is more of a broad match. It doesn't say exactly everything in the same order as what the customer typed it in, but Etsy understands it's able to mix and match. So you might not rank quite as highly based on the exact match. However, you can aim for more keywords like that. So there's a chance of being seen in more searches, but maybe slightly lower in each of them. So that's where titles and tags are a bit of a science.
Okay, and folks out there that are just starting to build your listings, it might seem a little daunting at first, but I assure you, the more you do it, the more you go through it, the more intuitive it's going to become, and the more you're going to get a sense for what works and what doesn't based on your past experience. So just dive in and take Pam's advice to heart, and good luck to you. But Pam, before we move on to the features of the paid version, I think it's important to look back and discuss something that you brought up earlier, the concept of niching down. Okay, I think that's important for our audience to understand. So can you take us through what it means to niche down?
Yeah, this is finding your place in the world rather than saying my niche is I sell t-shirts. I'll use for an example my friend Starla. She loves books. She's really into all sorts of books, like sci-fi type books. And so rather than say her niche is t-shirts, her niche is the bookish niche, that those groups that she hangs around on that are avid fans of a certain author. Now, she has permission from the authors to make fan art of her types of things, but she has a niche that's very specific. It's not dragons, it's not t-shirts or whatever, it's the bookish people who are into those type of books. So quite often, something like dad gift isn't necessarily much of a niche. You could niche down. We looked and saw, oh, hats are kind of cool. Are funny dad hats nice and cool? Or you don't want to just look at maybe jewelry. You're thinking, I make earrings for people who are in a boho style and really love gemstones. So you're niching down to a specific type of person who would really avidly love this kind of thing. Because if your shop was every kind of jewelry, then that appeals a bit meh. It's a bit, everybody comes and looks at it and goes, yeah, that's all right. But if you are that specific thing that really speaks to that very narrow group of people, then when someone looks at it, then they'll go, that is exactly the type of thing that Susan will love. I'm going to buy stuff for my friend Susan here. So it just really helps. It reduces the amount of competition. There's less listings on Etsy for that specific thing. And it really targets so that people love your type of item and they keep coming back. And when someone goes, oh, I love that. Where did I get your earrings? Oh, I got it from this shop on Etsy that you're going to love because that's its style.
Exactly. And that's where you as the print-on-demand merchant have a unique advantage over some of those big players. Is because as you niche down, you can create designs specific for these particular groups, not only reducing your competition, but allowing you to target them specifically with a personalized design or something that is unique and speaks to a part of your target customer. Okay. But just a warning here, folks. As you niche down, yes, you're reducing your competition, but you're also reducing your pool of potential customers. So use eRank to validate these sub-niches as you niche down, because say for instance, you are targeting left-handed tuba players who love motorcycles from Topeka, Kansas, okay? There may be one or two people out there that fit that bill, okay? But just be aware as you niche down that that you validate that there's enough of a demand out there to justify your business efforts. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad we covered that. So let's jump into the paid version. Okay, the free version sounds awesome. You could do a lot with it. So why would anybody want to come out of pocket and pay for the paid version?
Yeah, so in your paid version, you just have some really extra tools. Firstly, as I said, extra quotas. So if you're doing your keyword research, you can do even more keyword research. This is my expert plan, but eRank has several plans. You can start with the eRank basic plan, which still gives you pretty much everything you see here, just with less quotas. But just for a quick example, if we just went straight, well, right away here, the keywords that were trending, instead of 5, we now see 10. So you can get even more ideas. But if we go to new dad gift that we just looked at in the free plan and see just what a difference you're getting here. Now, everything looks the same here. As I said, when you're searching with a free plan, you might have to dig into each individual keyword to verify each keyword that you find here. However, in the keyword ideas, you can see we've got all this extra data. So one thing that I like to do with my paid plans is, as I said, you can rank any column by that metric. So if I click on the search trend, we've got this little search trend bar graph here, which is the same as the graph that you saw at the top. It's showing you the seasonality of the keywords. If I click on it, that's going to rank things by what was most searched for last month. So this is the stuff that's really trending. So it's a good way, and we can have a look. Here's For Dad has jumped away up out of nowhere, but you can have a look at certain other things. Martin mentioned how with your print on demand and things, you can go into personalized. Etsy loves personalized. Now, we wouldn't just use the keyword personalized. Personalized funny hat for new dad is something much better because it hits more bases. But have you validated that Etsy loves personalized things? Yes, and it pushes them hard around Christmas. So you can see the seasonality there. We can see things that are popping up. And what I just like to do, secret sauce with keyword research is, rather than trying to find keywords for things you've already made, it gives me the ideas for things I can make before I've spent the time or the money on making them. So if you can find out what people want, what people are looking to buy, and there's a gap in the market, that's the perfect time you want to come in. So we've already ranked by what people are searching for right now. And then I just scroll down and I'm looking at the competition here. Is there anything that stands out as a lower competition? This, I assume that's for a baby. Yeah, I don't always know what keywords are when I first look. A coming home outfit is actually steadily searched for all year round. A little bit more around Christmas, but it's steadily searched for. When people see it in search, they're clicking on it. So hopefully that means they're buying it. And your competition's pretty low. So that's, you just spot things and think, oh, is that something I could make? And so that's given us an idea for a product. We've got the idea for the main keyword that we're going to be focusing on. But also looking at these trends, you can come up with the different ideas for it. Coming home outfit. Oh, would it be for a baby girl, for a new baby girl? So you're just mixing these up in your head. Other things, we did mention the competitor research. This is something you get much more to look at with the paid plans. So you can track your competitors. You can, which is just the competitors you see on Etsy. Now, this could be people you hope to compete with, maybe the high level shops, and you're saying, okay, the top guys in my niche, what are they doing? You can also track the guys that are a similar level to you. And even with these tools, I actually also track my family and friends, so I can message them and say, hey, you did good this week, kind of thing. It's just nice to keep inspired and keep part of a community. But I do really like to see top sellers on Etsy as well. I mentioned this earlier. You can see if you just literally glance at this every day, you can see most sales yesterday. Is there names that I haven't seen before? What are they making? What's suddenly shooting up out of nowhere? How are the big shops on Etsy doing? But we also have by category. So what category are you in? Perhaps it's clothing. Who are the big guys in the clothing niche? And this gives you some idea, and you can see their sales trend graph. This is fairly new added to eRank, and I absolutely love it because you can see like this shop. Oh yeah, it's still the top, it's still selling loads, but it's maybe dropping a little, whereas this one, oh, is that increasing a bit? So it gives you some ideas of the trends there.
Well, all right, Pam. Well, that's quite the demonstration. Certainly worth pulling the trigger on the paid plan. But I'm going to give you another challenge here. Okay, let's create another listing. But this time I'm going to make it a little bit harder because I'm going to give you a special challenge and give you a prompt directly from our niche generator on Printify. Now, this is something that everybody out there has access to. It's a free service available right now on your Printify dashboard. If you're looking for niche ideas, well, you can put it through our niche generator and use the power of AI to come up with some ideas for you. So I went ahead and did that. Now, I just put in something about my life because whenever whenever people ask me which niches to focus on, one of my suggestions is always, well, focus on a niche in which you are already a member so that your target customer is yourself. It sort of gets you from A to Z understanding your customer's needs because you are in fact your own target customer. So I just typed in the words, I've worked in offices my entire life. And the niche generator, what came out on the other side is, the result is office humor and office culture themed products for office workers. All right, stands to reason. Your target market would be defined as office workers based on the user interest of having worked in offices their entire life. Great. We're following suit. The focus would be having office workers that have a need for humor and relatability in their office-themed products to lighten up their workday and create a sense of camaraderie with their coworkers. And the entire store concept, now this is all from the generator, says the store will stand out by offering unique and witty designs that highlight the daily struggles, the funny moments, and inside jokes of office life, creating a strong emotional connection with the target audience. So based on that information, let's go ahead and see what eRank has to say about that.
Let's think of a keyword roughly with that. So funny office humor, and let the tool search for that first of all.
Okay, and I see you've spelled humor the correct American way, so thank you.
That took me a minute. Even my computer's yelling at me going, you spelled that wrong. So you're going to look and go, oh no, nobody's searching for funny office humor. And this is a thing you might have in your head, perhaps a process or an idea, but nobody's searching for exactly that. So is there nothing we can do here? Not at all. Again, keyword ideas. We can get some ideas to get a start here. So what kind of things could our shop that we don't have any idea of a whole lot of a shop for, we've just got this basic thing. We know your niche, you work in offices, you have a good sense of humor, hopefully, so you're looking for a thing. So the first thing I'll do is I will make a new keyword list. So new list, because I'm in my expert account, I can make loads of lists. So see, I can't even spell it now. So I'm making a new list so I can save these keywords. So we can see this little blue thing is saying office humor. So I'm just going to do the same again here, click my search trend and have a look at what the keywords and the tags that similar kind of listings have. And then I'm just going to pick out everything that seems slightly relevant. So it could very well be a shirt. Like this is, we're not looking at tags. This is just keywords. What are people searching for? Obviously, we're not going to rank just for shirt, but we're saying, could we make a shirt based on this? Could it be a birthday gift? Absolutely. Etsy with gift mode is pushing things that say gift on them. So Also looking at, dig into gift mode and see what kind of gifts, funny office humor for the book lover or for the dog dad or things like that. I'm always going to save personalized gift. If you can do custom work, it definitely adds an extra string to your bow. So who's it for? Him, her? Is it for a dad? Is it coffee mug? So again, yeah, there's some ideas we could make. Could your shop have mugs and t-shirts? Would that be relevant? And also, I'm thinking for a gift for an office worker, a coffee mug is a bit more perhaps a thing you would give someone rather than a t-shirt, depending on how well you know them. Or tumbler wraps, a custom mug, definitely. It's desktop decor. Hey, laptop stickers, why not? So getting ideas for things like that. Could it be a funny mug? Could it be a funny t-shirt? Funny coffee mug? So getting some ideas here. Oh, sarcastic. I'm from the UK. I'm saving that anyway. And then who's it for? Well, funny office humor could well be a gift for your boss. So we're going to save that as well. What occasion is it? Absolutely. Job promotion. Great idea. Coffee lover, absolutely. If you're doing a funny office mug, now if people are searching for office thing, coffee lover gift, all these things come in. Could you make a mug that says something along the lines of no meetings before coffee or something? This is where keyword research for me gives you ideas for things that you can make. Hey. So I love the idea of custom sticky notes for your funny office humor gifts, and obviously funny sayings, office supplies potentially. So just looking, okay, stocking stuffer. Now, could this be office Secret Santa? Is that a thing?
Well, sure.
We're making a shop. We want it to be able to sell all year round. So definitely things that are going to be selling at Christmas is good to be thinking ahead for. Is that something people search for? What a surprise. There's a little blip at Christmas. As you mentioned with going into your niche, we've gone a little too niche to be a good keyword. However, it might, what are people looking for? So again, it's personalized, it's a gift. Teacher appreciation. It's a different type of office, but that could be part of your shop there. And definitely always gift for her, gift for him is something just to have at the back of your mind. Possibly dad mugs a good, yeah, actually dad mug could work as office humor, someone buying their dad the mug to take into the office. Obviously it's hopefully funny. So yeah, you're just getting some ideas here. An emotional support mug. I think everybody needs a bit of emotional support at work sometimes, so that's good.
I agree with you 100%.
A boss gift. Also thinking what other kind of items. Well, it could be a promotion gift, a co-worker leaving gift, retirement gift. So do we have retirement? So basically, I'm just going through these and it's just where your mind goes. It's almost using eRank as your partner to help you with ideas. You have to use your brain as well to come up with different things that stand out from other people. So has that brought up any other ideas? Scroll down to the things that stand out. Teacher retirement gifts. Hey, we mentioned perhaps gift for a teacher. That's a different type of office, but yet retirement gifts are popular. And then, so different people, police retiring or a nurse retiring. So here we're thinking of the different types of people that can be working in the office that you're getting the gift for. And this, we've not just done keyword research for one specific item. We're filling up our shop with the types of people and everything. Doctor retirement games. Didn't even know that was a thing. So you're getting whole loads of ideas. And then what you can do, I could do this forever pretty much, but you can dive into your lists. And a thing that I really love here, we have flags. And this is I just do this as a note for myself. They can mean whatever you want. So green could be, this is the thing that I want to make right now. Lighter green, yeah, maybe we'll save it up for a minute. We could be saying, no, that's a keyword I tried, but it didn't work. I haven't got an idea for that kind of thing. So we could say, yeah, we're doing a coffee lover custom mug for your boss kind of thing. So you're giving yourself notes to yourself. Here's what I want to work on today. Here's what I want to work on in the future.
Agreed. Well, thank you, Pam, for taking us through that very comprehensive look at exploring keywords. And my favorite part of it was through the process of just exploring the keywords is that all of a sudden all this other stuff jumps out to you, possible other niches you can target, different products, things like that. So in so doing, you really you're able to find out all sorts of cool stuff and directions you want to take your business. So awesome. Okay, but let's shift a little bit and let's talk about trends and how eRank is able to help our merchants out there identify the trends. So how can someone identify what's currently trending out there or what emerging trends are on the horizon using eRank?
Yeah, well, we have our trends tool. So we can dive right into the monthly trends. So this is showing and with the paid subscriptions we can see the top 100 keywords that were searched for on Etsy in the past month. You can also dive down into your different categories, and we even have some print-on-demand categories as well, which I know should be helpful for you. So imagine stickers is always popular. If you were looking, what are people searching for with stickers? The different types of keywords that people are searching for. So that's the top 100 for that past month that we've just finished. You can also, rather than saying, okay, what was last month, some trends are seasonal. They come around every year. So perhaps you want to know in advance. You're saying, I'm planning my launch for the end of the summer. So let's see what last August people were searching for, and is anything likely to be interesting. And again, so you can see the blue here is just showing you that's the search trend line for the month that you're looking at, so it helps you visualize it. So you can see things like, hey, Halloween stickers, people just started searching for Halloween stickers in August, so maybe July, June even, I want to be starting making my Halloween stickers. So that's a good way to see what things are trending, especially the high level stuff. And as I said, on your dashboard, you have this, what was trending in the past week. So just every single day, just come in, have a quick look at those high level trends. And if you see something suddenly come out of nowhere, it's like, hey, no one's been searching for that before, then you can put it in the back of your mind and maybe look at creating something. I would always be wary. A trend that comes out of absolute nowhere, make sure it's hanging around for a little while. Sometimes maybe an influencer or even Etsy themselves mention a certain thing, make it a trend for a few days. So you don't want to be jumping on every single trend. But if something's definitely looks like it's gaining momentum, you'll notice it if you're just keeping an eye on the trends. 5 seconds every day. It doesn't have to take long out of your day.
Exactly. And that's one of the unique advantages that you have as a print-on-demand entrepreneur, is that when these trends emerge, you can easily and quickly create a design, put it on a product, and publish it to your Etsy store and be selling literally in minutes. So you can capitalize on these trends on the upswing rather than on the downswing and get out in front of your competition. So it's absolutely wonderful stuff. And I'm glad you used the example of stickers out there. And folks, stickers are one of the most popular products in all of print-on-demand. It's one of the most sought-after products that people want to buy buy from merchants like you. So don't sleep on the power of stickers. And again, a unique advantage you have here over the big players is you're able to make personalized stickers, or at least stickers that you can't find down at the local Walmart. Okay, so that's going to be your key to success. And if you want my advice, the way to succeed with stickers is not by selling one sticker, but it's in selling multiple stickers, okay? So there you go. That's just a quick walk down the road of stickers, okay? But let's close out this section by talking about something for not necessarily the eRank beginners, but the eRank tried and true veterans. What are some, do you have any secret tips that maybe some of the seasoned folks out there that are familiar with eRank might not be aware of?
For trends, a little secret tip we have, if you check on your dashboard, I don't even know if this is for seasoned or for experts. This is just something this is how I get my trends more than anything else, is if you check on your dashboard, you see eRank news. This takes you to the blog, and we have Jan is our wonderful editor over on eRank, and she loves trends. This is what she absolutely loves. And every single month she's diving into those keywords and she's writing about the trends, not just the trends in the US, but she's keeping her eyes on the UK, Australia, and Canada, and also what's happening on eBay and Amazon as well. So it's really handy. She takes you through not just those top what are in the monthly trends that's trending just now, but digging deep into looking at those high-level trends and niching down a little bit what's happening that's exciting there. So it's a little secret that not enough people are noticing, but the blog lets someone who loves this thing do the research for you and just read the blog report once a month. Okay, not bad advice. And folks, don't sleep on the power of using those seasonal trend predictions that Pam demonstrated, because if print on demand is nothing if not a seasonal business. So it's a way for you to predict the future and position yourself for success. Okay, so take advantage of all that stuff. Absolutely wonderful presentation so far, Pam. But I want to do even a deeper dive into our discussion. So let's talk about the features. How would one go about checking their overall performance of their listings so that they can optimize them on Etsy? Okay, so we have in our listing optimization section, we have our listing audit section. And this is one of our most popular features on Etsy, as I'm sure you can imagine. So this is pulling, depending on your plan level, between 50 and all of your listings, depending on how big your shop is. But it's looking at your listings and just helping give you some ideas of, are there any quick wins that you can make changes to your listing? Now, before I even look at this, I want to say, don't dive in and change all of your listings. If you have a ton of listings, don't try and get everything to an A grade. Don't touch your listings that are working. I just use this as a way to find the low-hanging fruit, the things that I can make changes on that are easy changes to make, that aren't going to hurt my shop and could only hopefully make things a little bit better. So what you can do here is the columns you've got here, if you see this columns button anywhere on eRank, I know not everyone knows about this. If you see this, you can actually change which columns you're seeing, because some things won't be important for you. Like I don't add SKUs to my listings because they're all kind of one of a kind. I don't need that kind of inventory. So you can include or remove any things that are important or irrelevant to you, so you can just see the columns you want to see. Now we've got all the listings, and in the top corner here you can see the grade. As I say, we're not aiming for all A grades. This is just an indication of the things that have, based on Etsy best practices, the easy things that you can make changes to. I'll warn you now that our listing audits aren't looking at if you have a great item. We're not looking at if you've chose great keywords. We're just looking at if you've optimized your listing the best way you can based on Etsy best practices. So what we can do, let's just rank this by grade. So I want to look at my worst listings. So grade worst to best. This is where it gets embarrassing. Do as I say, don't do as I do. My listings aren't necessarily great. But what I want to look at here, you've got 3 metrics mainly that I'm looking at. Your visibility score. Now, this is just your average daily views of your listing compared to other listings on Etsy. So if something's got a 93% visibility, it means it's getting more daily views than other listings, than 93% of other listings on Etsy. So you're looking for things that stand out as different from your shop average. So if I've got some, well, here's one at 44%. So it's doing worse than my other listings. Now, bear in mind, because this is average for all time, if you make any changes, this number is only going to change slowly over time, just because that's how averages work. But it's just given me an idea. I'm looking at that and saying, that's really not got many people viewing it. I look at the total sales. It's only had 1 sale. I am not going to break anything if I change this listing. And then we have the SEO tips. This is the low-hanging fruit, the changes that you can make based on Etsy best practices that might be able to improve your listing. So let's pick on this little guy. We're going to click the listing audit to look deeper into him. So now we're in the listing audit for this individual listing. You can see a lot of details about it. Little secret thing here. I'm auditing my own listing. You can actually add any listing ID or URL of anyone's listing and have a nosy at them. There's some data that we won't be able to see. Your sales data, we can give you estimated sales, but only your sales data is personal to you. So we would only see estimated sales for other shops. But we've got a whole load of data about this listing. Again, the traffic stats, this is because I've connected my shop to my Google Analytics. So we're able to say even this little guy's done terrible on Pinterest, but you can see where other traffic's coming from even. And I love this one here. We have a little notes column. So as I said, like your visibility is only going to change slowly over time. So maybe you've made some changes to this listing and you want to make a note what the visibility was, what changes you've made, what you're hoping to see, just a reminder to yourself. Because if you have got loads of listings and you don't make a change and expect to see immediate results in a day, you maybe want to come back to it in a few months, like work on other listings. So leaving a note here in this listing, in the listing audit, can say, oh yeah, that's when I changed that. That's why. I do lots of tests and I forget why I did a change. Now the superstar keyword, this, you don't have to add anything here, but this is cool if you had discovered when you were doing your keyword research, that keyword that you really, really hope to rank in search for, this really important one that loads of people are searching for, perhaps doesn't have too much competition, and you thought, yeah, that's the keyword I really want. If you put this in here, then eRank can show you some things. So if we imagine for this little dog, let's see. So you put in what you might have chosen as your superstar keyword. And then eRank's going to go off and do this for us. So once you've changed this, what this is going to be doing now is from the superstar keyword we've given it, it's helping a little bit out with your SEO, saying, have you optimized this listing as good as you can for this keyword? Now, we talked earlier about broad match and exact matches. So it's just looking and saying, is Etsy going to understand as a kind of broad match what you've put in here? So it's highlighting the words like Etsy might understand that felt and felted are fairly similar. So yeah, the word felt is in there. I might, if this was really my superstar keyword, I might even change from felted to felt. But I'm saying felt, I'm saying dog, I'm saying Havanese, but I've not mentioned anywhere in art. So it's warning us and saying, if this is your important keyword, maybe you want to use the word art somewhere in here. And the same with your tags. You have included the other things. It's highlighted. Here's something we didn't actually mention before. I have a tag of Havanese and a tag of Havanese dog. I don't need to have both because the tag of Havanese dog makes me relevant if someone searches just for the word Havanese. I make some of these listings bad on purpose, honest. But so it's telling us I don't have art in my tags. I could maybe add Havanese dog art or something there. And it's even searching in my description. Now, descriptions aren't as important for SEO on Etsy, but Etsy still does read them and Google does read them. So eRank lets you know. I mean, if you're describing your item and it's a piece of art, why wouldn't you say the word art somewhere in your description? So it helps you out there. And then we have these suggestions, the SEO tips that we've seen. So it's just telling me, maybe I want to look, I've got a little warning on my title. Maybe I want to make sure that my important keywords are at the start of my title. It's not necessarily weighting different in search, but Etsy does tell us that people only see a bit of your title in the search. So if what they've typed into the search bar matches what they're seeing on your listing in the search page, it might make them more likely to click on it because they understand your item is very relevant. We've got some warnings on tags. I've got 7 unused tags. So it's telling us using all 13 might help me show up in more searches. I'm using single word tags. Well, we mentioned that's kind of redundant because you're exact matching for the single word, even if you add another word into the tag. And a warning that I may even have some spelling mistakes. Images, I'm short of the number of images here. And again, materials, maybe I could add more materials. And then we get a little more details here. We see the title analysis. eRank's highlighting the bits that the customer's going to see in most searches. It's slightly different, the search page you'll see on a mobile to your browser, but it gives you an idea. So if something like custom needle felted dog was a really good descriptor of what my item is and a good keyword, then it's maybe a good thing to have right at the front. And we see our tags. I love this because I'm also seeing, are they any good tags? This is really good when you're snooping on other people's listings. And we can also, anywhere there's this grey star, we can copy these keywords to our keyword list that we're using. So you might see something like, oh, I've been using that in a listing. That would be really good for my office humor listing that I was creating. So you can save anything there. We can see the search trend, all that good data. And we also get warnings. This is not a multi-word tag. I could add some other words to that tag to make sure I'm using as much keywords as I possibly can. And also, is something a bit of a spelling mistake? And we've even got little warnings again saying, as I mentioned, where just having Havanese by itself was redundant because at the end of the day, it's already covered in Havanese dog. And we see all the other things highlighted still. Is that superstar keyword that I've added? Is it included? Where is it included in the description? We can see I'm missing images. So I'm going to say with the listing audit, it is just based on Etsy best practices, but you will know sometimes, for instance, you might have something that's showing as a spelling error. You can actually tell eRank, if this isn't a spelling error, it's just a brand name, can you add it to my saved list kind of thing? Or you might know why you've only got however many images you have, or why your title's a certain length. If you are aware of the Etsy recommendations for certain things and you've chose to break them, then that is absolutely fine so long as you've thought about it. So you don't have to change everything to make sure you get an A grade. What you have to do is look and go, oh yes, I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying something different. And that's something, again, you could put in your notes.
Well, what I like about it is maybe you spelled this word wrong. You can make some easy fixes, and it really prompts you to make use of all that valuable real estate that Etsy makes available to you in the keyword space, so that you're not leaving anything on the table, and you're using as many keywords as you possibly can to get those listings of yours to rank as high as possible. Okay, wonderful. Well, let's talk about the buzzword of the day, or buzz letters of the day, and I'm talking about AI. So, and I'm talking specifically about eRank's AI listing helper. So how does eRank leverage the power of AI to help out our merchants with their listings?
I love this one. There's a couple of reasons I use this, actually. Firstly, if you have a fear of the blank page, you don't know what to put in your listing, your description, you can't get started. We're using AI to help you out with these kind of things. I'll show you. If we go over under listing optimization, AI listing helper, this takes you to our tool. A warning, this is AI. It's great, but I think we all know AI isn't 100% perfect. So just use this to help you. Definitely always double check, make sure it's speaking in your voice and you agree with everything. But what you can do is, as it says, add a short description of your item. So this is one we were talking about earlier, Martin, like 40 bucks. So here's something I made. Can the AI help me with building this listing? So first thing you get is some ideas for titles. Now, as I said earlier, there's many different ways you can write a title in Etsy, and the title ideas are not based on any of our search data or anything. This is just the AI giving you some ideas. It can get you started. It can give you some ideas. For instance, oh, do I want to lean into the fact that this is a funny thing? I'd never thought to mention that. Or it's adorable, it's handcrafted, it's cute. It's given you those little different ways to describe it that you hadn't thought of. And then we get a couple of description ideas. Again, it's AI. We know AI can get a bit flowery with its language, but it might get you started. So I would take this and then write it in your own words, but it definitely helps me get started. Sometimes I don't know how to describe my item at all. So we've got 3 ideas for descriptions, and we've got a little copy button here. You can copy any of them you like, paste it into a listing you're working on, or paste it into a sheet or something. Adapt it as you want to. But the bit that I do love the best is our tag ideas. So the AI is giving some ideas of tags based on what it knows from the internet. And then we use our eRank data on the average searches, the Etsy competition, the search trend, to kind of let you know, has it come up with any good ideas? Now, even if it's not some great search volume, it might have given you some ideas. Dog lover present. Well, dog lover gift. Hey, there's a more Etsy sounding term. So you just look at the ideas. It can give you ideas to go off on that rabbit hole to make some totally different things that you hadn't thought of. But so it's coming up with loads of ideas, and then eRank looks into it and goes, here's what we think of this. Now, the good thing with AI, it's not always going to come up with some amazing ideas, but every single time you ask AI the same question, it comes up with a different answer. I love this. So you can hit submit again without even checking. I could go into more detail, explain if I felt it had missed the point of something, but I can just hit submit again and it comes up with some new ideas. It might come up with some, it's going to take a second to load the tags. It might come up with some different ways to explain things. It might come up with different keywords. It might be a little more useful. So yeah, dog lover gift. This time it came up with a more Etsy sounding thing, so you can get some ideas here. This is definitely a cool way to think of just out of the box completely. Whereas we've got the keyword tool that's telling us what other sellers and other buyers have come up with, this is the robot going away and telling us, here's what I think that might be something completely different. You are limited, like everything, there's a quota, but it does remember some of your previous searches, so you can always come back and have a look at something that you searched before, and that doesn't take any out of your quota, which is always handy. So something like this, I'd put in steampunk ring if it's relevant, and it comes up with like Victorian steampunk ring. Had I thought that it might be a Victorian thing? Good to know. It's even saying, oh, it might be bronze, sci-fi, it could be used for cosplay. So it's just giving you those ideas that you might not have spotted in some of the other tools, because it gets to think completely out of the box.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I mean, we're right at the forefront of this whole thing. So who knows where this is going to lead, like next year and the year after that. So it's actually very exciting, and you folks out there should be incorporating these AI tools as much as possible to maybe not do the work for you, but make the work you do a little bit more streamlined and get you from A to Z a little bit quicker. Okay, wonderful. Let's close out the feature discussion, because there's one more feature I want to discuss. Now, Sidekick. Tell me about Sidekick.
So yeah, Sidekick is our newest feature. We've been working on this for quite a while, and we're all quite excited by this. This is our browser extension that follows you about, rather than when you're on Etsy looking at something and you think, oh, I wonder how good these keywords are. I wonder how this thing is. The Sidekick's there in your browser and can bring you all our eRank data right on that page, so you can start doing keyword research when you're shopping on Etsy. So for instance, this is my shop page, but when you're on any shop page, you want to know a little bit about that shop. So what's the sales history over time? I'm doing terrible. I'm going on holiday next week, so I've run down my shop, but what's the sales history? How much have they sold recently even? And we can look into other things like, what are the listings on this page? Can you tell me a little bit more about them? How many views have they had? Estimate of the number of sales that they've had. What are the tags? So you can get a whole load of data. And again, we can copy the tags directly from here to be able to paste them into your own listings. And also when you're in an individual listing, you get some more details about that. Again, the estimated sales, the estimated revenue and conversion rate, the number of views that listing's had, how old it is, and how many are available, if you've ever been interested in digging deeper. And when you see these little pop-out buttons, this means, for example, if I click on that, it's going to take me to the listing audit page on eRank for this, so I can dive even deeper. And again, in this tab, we're seeing the tags for this listing. The Sidekick works in a load of other pages on Etsy as well. For example, if you're searching on Etsy and want to see if that keyword that you used has a good search volume, the Sidekick's there for you. But one final one that I wanted to show you was it can also work when you're working on your listings in Etsy, when you're editing them. So here I am editing one of my listings, the corgi butt bookmark. Now say I'm having trouble thinking of what the description's going to be, or I've run out of the idea for some tags. We have our AI helper built right into the Sidekick here, right when you're editing a listing. So you can I'm just taking my whole title. You can just type in a little bit to describe it, but just the same as before, into the AI listing helper, put this in, and hopefully he's going to come up with some more ideas for you. So slightly different titles. Again, keyword research them, make them in your own style, but we've got that. 3 description ideas, great to help getting a start. I'm terrible at writing things. and our tag ideas. And the cool thing here is obviously we can copy and paste them right into our listing. There's no switching between tabs or anything here. It's just all right there in front of you.
Well, that's great. It acts really like a sidekick that goes along with you. And it's what a powerful tool for as you're doing your competitor research to kind of come along with you and give you that next layer of data as well for you to make your decisions off of. That's absolutely wonderful. All right. Well, let's close out this. And before we say goodbye, I just want to know exactly what you folks over there at eRank have planned for the future. What can we expect on the horizon from you guys? Because I know you guys are working on all kinds of cool stuff. So
you're looking for secrets. We are always working on cool new stuff. I'll say just now, because the Sidekick is just newly launched, we are taking in all the feedback we can get from it. And also our staff, while we were building this, we all had so many ideas for the Sidekick. So there is a lot more to come on the Sidekick. And you all can get involved in that as well. If you use the Sidekick with your eRank account, just hit the feedback button to let our team know, hey, I wish the Sidekick could do this. I wish it could do that. And that will be incorporated in. The team are working hard. We have so many ideas of where we can integrate it. So if you click on something and think, no, the Sidekick should take us there, or it should show us that, let us know. But yeah, I'd say watch this space for the changes for the Sidekick. That's our main exciting tool at the minute.
All right. Thanks again, Pam. And thank you for tuning in, future print-on-demand millionaires. If you found today's discussion helpful, make sure to check out eRank's YouTube channel for even more amazing tips and tutorials. Sign up for eRank using the link in the video description. And if you want to rank even higher on Etsy, don't miss these master tips from Etsy superseller and eRank manager, Starla Moore. Just click the link in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest content from Printify, specifically tailored for you to make you more knowledgeable and therefore more profitable. Until next time, from me and Pam and the rest of the crew over at eRank and Printify, thanks for spending your time with us and happy selling.